So there's this one last thing that I want to talk about. I cannot go on that crazy adventure without being told me, which means that I have to be completely honest with you and put myself in a very vulnerable place. I think the reason why I procrastinated so much by doing this first video is because of that. Is because I knew that I had no choice to do it and to talk about it. So, okay, let's talk about it. So I am quite dyslexic. I have issues to communicate my thoughts. Dyslexia is different in each person. In me, it means that it's very difficult for me to communicate my thoughts because I have to basically translate my thoughts into the words that you will understand. It is very difficult for me to say some words sometimes. My sentences make no sense, or I'm forgetting a word in my sentence. But yeah, I speak 3 languages and I'm learning a 4th one, which is a very difficult language in first place, and everything is switched in places. It's a horror movie for me. To say that I cry already a few times by learning German is an underestimate. You see? Understatement. I have to address, I have to talk about it because it's basically such a big part of my life and my struggles. I don't think I can even talk about it, how much it affected my life. No, I cannot do this. Having a first YouTube channel and crying on it is not my goal. Yeah, the society has been very much built around the neurotypical brain. So, okay, first of all, so there's neurotypical and neurodivergence. I'm really far from a specialist. Those 2 terms are very new to me as well. I suggest, if this is something that interests you, of course, interests you to go on Google or best friend, type it, and you will have way more information about this subject. The whole society is built around the neurotypical brain, jobs, schools, everything. But just like everyone else, I find my own tricks, I find my own way to go around it. Usually it goes under the radar pretty good now, I will say. Unless you know me for a really long time or you're really close to me, you will definitely notice really rather soon. This YouTube channel will be a huge challenge for me because it will force me to work on my communication thought process, which is a disaster at the moment. Honestly, Corona, and I had kind of a burnout as well a few years ago, and it has been so much worse. So since I'm a kid, I have always been told, oh, you have really good ideas, you have like good imagination, but it always takes a while for us to understand. Your sentence makes no sense, and honestly, words and sentences are not something that comes to me naturally. It's like as if I was speaking another language as everyone else. Never in my wild mind I thought I would be speaking to a camera or just be a speaking person, you know, trying to communicate ideas, or it's just speaking in general. It's not my thing. My favorite spot is always to be behind the scenes and to be in the logistics and in the processes. This is definitely my sweet spot in the sense of like I'm really good at it. The thing, being a sales manager made me realize that actually I can communicate. I just need to be very well prepared, and it will be done a little bit differently than other does. A few years ago, I actually won a startup battle in France representing my company, and that was the aha moment in me. Like, what? I really did it. I really won the startup battle. Oh my god, I prepared for that startup battle for hours. I even remember I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I was just rehearsing. So it's doable. And what else? I knew exactly how to play my cards more than my competitors did. and I definitely use that. But that's because I understand it. It's like as if like I understand humans on a different dimension. I honestly, it's still a mystery for me. I'm still trying to understand myself as well. You see, we dyslexic, the neurodivergents, we see the word in a really differently. We see it on a different dimension. We think very much outside of the box, which is very hard to explain in few sentences. Slowly but surely, dyslexic thinking starts to be recognized worldwide as a very valuable skill. Just last year, LinkedIn, actually on LinkedIn you can add dyslexic thinking to your skills. So that's, I think, slowly, I'm not gonna lie, it actually gave me a little bit more of confidence to be able to do this, or to add this, or just talk about it on my first episode of YouTube. But on the other side, I kind of had no choice to actually talk about it, because it's actually because of me being dyslexic, I think that I'm even creating this YouTube channel. A lot of very successful people that actually have dyslexia. There's Richard Branson, there's Albert Einstein, there is half of NASA that is dyslexic. I know personally a lot of entrepreneurs that are dyslexic. So yeah, slowly but surely it is starting to be recognized worldwide. This dyslexic thinking skill. You can even add it on LinkedIn since last year. To conclude, this new adventure YouTube channel will be brought to you by an individual with dyslexic thinking, showcasing her interest in cool, sustainable practices in tourism. So buckle up, like, comment, subscribe. There was something else. Click the bell, and see you in the next episode in Paris.